Hello and welcome to Notice Tonight, India Votes 2019 series. I am Wasbir Hussain. The Northeast demonstrated both enthusiasm and resolve insofar as voting is concerned during the first phase of the elections on Thursday. The average voter turnout in the 14 seats in the region where polling were held on April 11 was 70%. We are now getting ready for the second phase of polling. 5 seats in Assam and 1 seat each in Manipur and Tripura are going to polls in the next phase. Whether voters show the same amount of enthusiasm remains to be seen. But will politicians and parties demonstrate the resolve to serve the people by at least raising the key issues that are of concern to the Aam Aadmi? Unfortunately, rhetoric seems to have dominated the poll discourse rather than real issues. Before we begin the discussions, let us listen in to some actually avoidable rhetoric by politicians before we actually begin the discussion today. Let us listen in.
सब हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाबले বিচাৰি আছে আমাৰ কি নাম সংবিধান বদলিবলৈ বিচাৰি আছে খালি মই নহয় গোটেই ভাৰতবৰ্ষ হিন্দু মুছলমানে মিলি 90% মুছলমান হিন্দু আমাৰ লগত আছে এই প্ৰধানমন্ত্ৰীক আমি বদলিব লাগে বাংলাদেশ পঠাব লাগে তাত গৈ দেখতে प्राइम मिनिस्टर हो
दिल्ली में सरकार
मोदी विरोधी जितना गठबंधन है हम भी उसमें हैं वो सब मिला के मोदी जी को इस देश से बाहर निकालेगा मोदी जी जाके कहीं ना कहीं चाय का दुकान बना के चलाएगा पकोड़ा भी बेचेगा
एनिमिया मैं কৈছিলো যে বাংলাদেশৰ পৰা অহা অচিনাকি মাছ
তেজপুৰৰ তেজ হ'বলৈ আৰু কি কৰিব লাগিব এমজিবি কে ভানুৰ দৰে হ'ব লাগিব নেকি
তৰুণ গগৈ ডাঙৰীয়া কেতিয়াবা কয় মোৰ গাত বিৰছা মুণ্ডাৰ তেজ আছে কেতিয়াবা কয় মোৰ লাচিতৰ তেজ আছে কেতিয়াবা কয় মোৰ গাত সুকাফাৰ তেজ আছে তৰুণ গগৈ ডাঙৰীয়াৰ ছেলা নাম্বাৰ 1 প্ৰদ্যুৎ বড়োলৈ ডাঙৰীয়া আজি সেই আখাৰে সেই অনুসাৰে কৈ দিলে যে তেখেতৰ গাত ট্ৰাইবেলৰ তেজ আছে অসমৰ ৰাইজে প্ৰদ্যুৎ বড়োলৈ ডাঙৰীয়া বা তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ নেতাৰ পৰা শুনিবলৈ আৰু বেছি দিন নাই ইতিমধ্যে আইডিএফৰ লগত তেখেতলোক যেটো মিলিয়ে গৈছে অতি সোনকালে তেখেতলোকে ক'ব মোৰ গাত বদৰুদ্দিন আজমলৰ তেজ আছে মোৰ গাত ৰকিবুল হাছানৰ তেজ আছে
এইটো কথাই কৈছো যে ট্ৰাইবেলৰ তেজ মোৰ গাত আছে জনজাতীয় তেজস্বিতা যি লেটু খেতু নহয় সেই তেজ মোৰ গাত আছে
All right, viewers, you have heard those talks rather shocking from the politicians. But now to discuss the election discourse in the Northeast and the main issues facing the people, I am joined from Imphal by publisher and BJP leader Nisikant Sapam. From Agartala, I will soon be joined by Professor Indranil Bhomik from Tripura University. In Shillong, I have Professor Prasenjit Biswas from the Northeastern Hill University. Professor Akhil Ranjan Datta joins me from Guwahati University in Guwahati, and at our studios, I have Assam BJP spokesperson, Mr. Pramod Swami, and my colleague, news editor of Northeast Live, Mr. Nabarun Goswami. Gentlemen, welcome to this program. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल मैं आप तक आता हूँ प्रमोद स्वामी जी ये केस क्या सुन रहा हो एक्चुअली आपने बदरुद्दीन आजमल जी एयूडीएफ का सुप्रीमो बदरुद्दीन आजमल को सुना तो ये क्या इलेक्शन डिस्कोर्स क्या एक रेटोरिक में बदल गया है क्या तो मेन इशू जो आम आदमी का है असम आप ले लीजिए असम में फ्लड्स इरोशन लाइवलीहुड पावर सिचुएशन कोई भी नेता क्योंकि आपकी हो या कांग्रेस की हो एआईयूडी को अगपा की हो किसी को हमने खास करके ये मुद्दा नहीं उठाया है तो आपका क्या कहना है इसमें
देखिए सबसे पहले तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि वाजपेयी जी ने कहा था कि वार जो है वो कमर के नीचे नहीं होना चाहिए राजनीति में मतभिन्नता हो सकती है लेकिन लोकतंत्र का सबसे बड़ा पर्व चुनाव होता है चुनाव सौहार्दपूर्ण वातावरण में लड़े जाने चाहिए लेकिन ये बड़े दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि आज मुद्दों के आधार पर चुनाव नहीं लड़े जा रहे इसकी मूल वजह है कि विपक्ष के पास में आज कोई मुद्दा ही नहीं बचा है जैसे कि मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि आम आदमियों की जो समस्या है 60 साल में कांग्रेस पार्टी आम आदमियों की समस्या को समझने में और उनका समाधान करने में व्यर्थ रही
ये प्रमोद जी ये विस्तार में हम लोग बातचीत करेंगे लेकिन आप मानते हैं कि बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मुद्दा है ये सब में नहीं जाना चाहिए कम से कम आम आदमी का मुद्दा भी उठाना ये अगर आप इतना मानते हैं तो हम आपके पास वापस आऊंगा विस्तार से
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 9.3 करोड़ टॉयलेट बनाए 2.5 करोड़ लोगों को घर प्रदान किए, 7 करोड़ एलपीजी
मैं
कनेक्शन दिए,
मैं आऊंगा
33 करोड़ लोगों के बैंक अकाउंट खोले, 50 करोड़ लोगों को आयुष्मान भारत की तरह चिकित्सा सुविधा मिली।
प्रमोद जी, मैं आपको आऊंगा, क्योंकि आपका नेता लोग भी ये सब बात एक्चुअली नहीं कह रहे हैं, दूसरा बात कर रहे हैं। विल कम टू दैट. Now, let me go to Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta in Guwahati University. I am coming to you, Nisikant, immediately after this. Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, you have heard Badruddin Ajmal today making some frivolous comments saying that Prime Minister should be sent to Bangladesh. He can become a Prime Minister in Bangladesh. But these are not real election issues. These are nothing but election rhetoric. You have heard both the Congress as well as the BJP candidates in Tezpur talking about blood. You have heard the Congress candidate talking about blood. Are there no important issues in the Northeast that people should talk about? What kind of blood do you have? At the end of the day, all blood are red, isn't it?
Yes, Wasbir, I am not hearing you properly. But whatever I have got from, let me respond to that. I think I have been telling time and again that there have been ideological and political bankruptcy as far as political parties are concerned. They have always been trying to divert the attention of the people from the substantive issues to that of political rhetorics. This statement given by Badruddin Ajmal, I think, is extremely unfortunate. He could have attacked or he could have targeted the Prime Minister on the substantive issues.
Yes, that is the point.
Who is he to tell the Prime Minister that he should, go from India to Bangladesh to sell tea or some other things? I think it has taken down politics to a level which cannot be appreciated by any educated or any concerned citizens of the country.
Now, Nisikant Sapam, you are a journalist like me, but you have recently joined a political party, you have recently joined a BJP, so I would have to consider you as a politician now, Nisikant. My question to you, why do politicians not talk about substantive issues? For example, take your party president, National President, Mr. Amit Shah. He always refers to Rahul Gandhi as Rahul Baba. I mean, okay, you attack the party. I'm talking about Badruddin Ajmal had no business today to ask our Prime Minister to go to Bangladesh and become... This is a ridiculous kind of a statement. You attacked your opponents, but talk about substantive issues that affect the ordinary man or woman on the street. Nisikant, do you agree to this?
Yeah, but if you see, BJP has always spoken on substantial issues, always. It is people from the Congress like Rahul Baba who speaks on different things and he goes on rhetorics, lies over lies, but BJP is more issue driven.
My point, Nisikant, is Rahul Baba, is it not, a rhetoric? It is not a cheap election time gimmick?
Okay, what about saying Chaukidar Chor hai, niche politics, chai wala, what about all this? Rahul Baba is still a very soft one. They are actually hitting Modi ji, the Prime Minister of this country, below the belt. Rahul Baba तो बहुत प्यारा शब्द है भाई. अब आप किसी को चोर बोल रहे हो आप प्रधानमंत्री को चोर बोल रहे हो, ये तो मोदी साहब के ऊपर नहीं, आप हिंदुस्तान के ऊपर आप आरोप लगा रहे हो. You are insulting the position of the Prime Minister.
Absolutely.
Whether it is a Congress Prime Minister or whether it is a BJP Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of this country.
It's the Prime Minister
so
of
Rahul
India.
Baba, by the way, is too soft.
At the end of the day, is the Prime Minister of the country.
Exactly.
Yes, but what do you think from a distance, Nisikant, from a distance, you are sitting in Imphal, how do you look at MP and AOD of President Badruddin Ajmal asking the Prime Minister, oh, he should be sent to Bangladesh, he can become the Prime Minister? This is totally unacceptable.
That is completely unacceptable, very sad, unacceptable. तो जिसने भी बोला है, गलत बोला है, उनको थोड़ा सा होश संभाल के बात करना चाहिए और हमारे मोदी जी हैं तभी तो हिंदुस्तान का कल्याण हो रहा है.
So I'll come back to you. Professor Indranil Bhomik, I'd like to get your opening remarks. Professor Indranil Bhomik, why do you think politicians are not talking about substantive issues? Now, in this entire election so far in the Northeast, we have seen very few politicians actually talking about real issues in the Northeast. What is your take? Why do you think politicians indulge in this kind of rhetoric?
Well, I'm not sure, but is it because of the times? The kind of period that we are in, most of the things are more on marketing and issues of gimmick. That is why probably that catches the fancy of the voters, and that is why the politicians prefer going in this line.
Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, is the media also responsible? What about the social media? Nobody has any control. Anything you say, even if the mainstream media has its own restrictions, but nobody can check the social media, isn't it? Do you think these are catchphrases that spread like wildfire, and therefore the politicians have to repeat the same thing again and again to catch the fancy of the people, or at least a section of the people? Prasenjit.
Yes, political speech has this maverick dimension. It has to bank itself on something that catches the attention of the people. It can border on hate or a kind of a lampooning, and it can result to some kind of a social harm, and it can propagate itself like wildfire through social media. Now, this mode of communication itself in today's media-driven technology has become so powerful that no politician can stop themselves from having an inclination towards such a thing. And we have heard it from across the political parties, Maneka Gandhi, earlier Borun Gandhi, and then people justifying mob lynching, cow lynching, people talking about tearing away each other's tongue, and making all kinds of obscene remarks even about the women politicians.
Absolutely.
Now, there is this low level of discourse that has been happening in this country for some time, as opposed to the real burning issues which need to be highlighted more, and media should play a more aggressive role in highlighting the problems and the burning issues that afflict the lives of millions in Assam or in Northeast or in the rest of the country.
Right. Nabarun, let's suppose, what we are now saying is that Rahul Gandhi, every meeting, as Nisikant Sapam has pointed out, we all know, Chokidar chor hai, Chokidar chor hai. I mean, that has been his rhetoric. That has been his constant refrain. He has to refer to Narendra Modi as Chokidar and Chokidar chor hai. Now, this is absolutely derogatory. Then on the other side, you hear Badruddin Ajmal saying that Prime Minister should go off to Bangladesh. Then on the other side, you have, as Prasenjit said, you have a Maneka Gandhi who said that, who is asking that, oh, आप मुसलमान हो, अगर आप मुझे वोट नहीं दोगे, तो मैं आपको नौकरी नहीं दूंगा. ये सौदाबाजी कर रहे हैं. So what is going on? But take the case of Assam. Nobody is talking about floods. Nobody is talking about erosion. Nobody is talking about power shortage. Nobody is talking about livelihood, employment, jobs, industrialization. So what is your take? How do you look at this whole discourse?
See, I'll come to the AIUDF chief Badruddin Ajmal's comments that he made. First the Chaiwala remark, and then he says the Prime Minister should be sent to Bangladesh. Now, the battle for AIUDF has just begun. They are contesting only 3 seats. Out of them, Karimganj goes to polls on the second phase, that is April 18th, and then the last phase, April 23rd, when the AIUDF chief is contesting from Dhubri, and they are also contesting Borpeta. So AIUDF has not been in the news of late. There have been not many mega rallies, and they needed to grab that attention as they move on towards that phase where they are actually contesting. So Badruddin Ajmal, by making a remark on the Prime Minister, a deliberate remark, what he has done is that the focus all of a sudden is back on the AIUDF just before the 2 phases of polls where they're actually fighting it out.
Are you basically suggesting that this could be a publicity stunt in a way of Badruddin Ajmal, who is known for that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, they needed to do something to grab the attention that has been missing of late as far as the AIUDF is concerned. We are only talking about Congress, BJP in Assam mostly, but it's
let me take to मैं आपके पास आ रहा हूँ प्रमोद स्वामी जी, but Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, has the civil society or has the non-political forces have actually failed to force the political class to talk about real issues? Have the media, for example, also failed to compel the political class during elections to focus on real issues affecting the Aam Aadmi? How do you look at it? Or can anyone really do this?
See, Wasbir, as I was telling, I was mentioning the political bankruptcy and ideological bankruptcy. So when we discuss these issues, kind of strategies being undertaken by political parties or the kind of strategic even being undertaken by the media, we need to understand the very character of the changing nature of the Indian state, for the matter state as a whole. Now the state is pursuing a new liberal agenda, and in the new liberal agenda, people's substantive issues do not really matter. What really matters is the concern of the corporate. In such a situation, although through competitive politics, political parties try to bring in the substantive issues, but at every point they will try to divert the attention of the people from the core issues to the issues that will not really address the substantive concerns of the people.
Absolutely.
Now, as far as media, and I'll not say only media, even civil society, both media and civil society have also been, what should I say, also been trapped into the politics of neoliberalism. They have also been trapped into the competitive
that is
populism.
What they have, some of them have been
whether
co-opted
it is
as
civil
well.
society or, for that matter, media, they are not in a position to consistently or to in a sustained manner to pursue the substantive concerns of the common people.
Now, Pramod Swami ji, आप पहले राजनीतिक पहले नहीं है, आप पहले नागरिक है देश की, तो मैं ये प्रश्न आपको पूछना चाहता हूँ कि basically, take the case of Assam. Let's take your party. You're representing the BJP. Let's take your party. Your party is only talking about the central schemes of the government. Now, you're talking about infrastructure. ये कोई डिनाई नहीं कर सकता है कि अंडर द प्राइम मिनिस्टरशिप ऑफ नरेंद्र मोदी देयर हैज बीन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट. ये तो हुआ है, इसका ऊपर विचार मतलब बातचीत करने का कोई फायदा नहीं है, बिकॉज दिस इज हैपनिंग ऑल ओवर द कंट्री, नॉट जस्ट इन असम. ये नॉर्थ ईस्ट में हुआ है, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी गया है, रास्ता बना है, पुल बना है. नाउ माय पॉइंट इज, एज फार एज असम इज कंसर्न, वी हैव 25 सीट्स इन द नॉर्थ ईस्ट, उसमें से 14 सीट असम में है. प्रमोद स्वामी जी, कोई असम का बाढ़ के बारे में कोई देयर वाज नो इशू. आपका पार्टी में भी कुछ इशू नहीं है, इरोशन नहीं है, लाइवलीहुड नहीं है, इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन नहीं है, नौकरी का सवाल कोई उठा नहीं रहा है. तो ये आप क्या, ये ट्रेंड आप कैसे देख रहे हैं?
देखिए, जहाँ पे आपने नौकरी का बात किया, अभी मुद्रा योजना के तहत 17 करोड़ लोगों को रोजगार के अवसर उपलब्ध किए हैं. और CII का एक सर्वे आया है जिसमें जो MSME सेक्टर है उसमें पिछले 4 सालों में 6 करोड़ नौकरियां दी गई है. आसाम की जो GSDP 2014-15 में 1,83,798 करोड़ थी, जो 2018-19 में बढ़ के 3,30,000 करोड़, और 2019-20 में एस्टिमेट जो है वो 3,74,000 करोड़.
तो नहीं, हम प्रमोद स्वामी घूम फिर के आप वही आर्गुमेंट में आ गए. तो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट लोकल इश्यूज, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट इश्यूज कंसर्निंग द पीपल ऑफ असम. ना आज का तारीख में प्रमोद स्वामी जी, हजारों लोग एम्बैंकमेंट, जो हम लोग असमीज में मथावड़ी बोलते हैं, तो एम्बैंकमेंट में गुजारा कर रहा है सालों साल एक्चुअली. तो इसका पर आप क्या कहेंगे? उनका जनरेशंस एम्बैंकमेंट में जन्म हुआ है, एम्बैंकमेंट में मर गया है, तो स्कूल एम्बैंकमेंट से जाता है. कोई कैंडिडेट, आई एम नॉट ओनली ब्लेमिंग BJP, आई एम ब्लेमिंग एवरी कैंडिडेट, नोबडी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस इश्यूज.
देखिए, जब देश का विकास होता है तो हर चीज का विकास होता है. आज जो भारत जो है विश्व की 6ठी आर्थिक शक्ति बन चुका है. आज हम अंतरिक्ष में भी हम स्पेस पावर के रूप में हम अपने आप को स्थापित करने में सक्षम हुए. आज जो फॉरेक्स रिजर्व है भारत का, वो एक समय 2014 में $300 बिलियन था, वो 820 बिलियन $US हो गया.
Indranil Bhomik, this is the problem which I am talking about. You have heard the BJP spokesman Pramod Swami. He's again talking about the same forex reserve. No one can deny. ये कोई deny नहीं कर सकता है कि India has progressed. We are a big military power today. We are in the nuclear club. Nobody can deny that. But I am talking about the base, the whole crux of this debate is the Aam Aadmi, what the basic day-to-day guzara wala issue. I'll come to you, Pramod ji. I'm asking this question to Indranil Bhomik. How do you look at it, Indranil?
Yeah, basically just see, when I was a student 20 years back, even when we used to consider about the problems of the northeastern region, for that matter, and Tripura as a whole, we used to say the economy is backward, the problems are unemployment, the problems are poverty. Even 20 years later, when I'm teaching my students, I say the problems are same. So that's something that we really have to think. The entire region depends on central dole. I should say the word central dole. Basically, we are government-run economies.
I'll come back to you. Let me go to Nisikant Sapam. Nisikant, you know, Inner Manipur is going to polls, I mean, sooner. We have the elections for the Inner Manipur seat. My question is, when the Imphal Valley votes, when the Imphal Valley people turn out to vote, what, according to you, are the key issues that must be worried, that must be in their mind? I want to have an overview from you.
See, in Imphal, I think CAB has become quite an issue, though the Modi government has been very, very clear in the manifesto that it will address, first of all, the old CAB was let to die. It wasn't tabled in the Rajya Sabha. And the new one is all set out to address the issues of the Northeast people, and the social, cultural and linguistic identity is going to be protected. Therefore, you know, so that should not be an issue. I mean, that we should be able to overcome, but that is an issue. But more than that, if you look at the kind of mudra loans that the government of India has given to, I think in India it's given more than 12 crore loans, you know. So let me speak for India also. And when they say there is no employment, when you have given loan to 12 crore loans.
Talk about the Meitei voters in the Imphal Valley, Nishikant. Talk about what is going on in the mind of the Meitei voters in the Imphal Valley.
Okay.
Talk about the local feelings.
CAB is an issue without a doubt, and we have a lot of groundwork done. They have given free LPG to 1,30,000 household people. We have given 1,15,000 people have been given mudra loans, and enough work has been done. Of course, CAB remains an issue, and for which we have to communicate, and we will protect the linguistic, cultural identity in Manipur.
Okay, Dr. Prasenjit Biswas, you know, a veteran thinker like Nisikant Sapam, one of the most vocal speakers from Manipur, one of the most leading voices from Manipur, even he cannot list 3 to 4 important people affecting the ordinary Meitei voter on the street. He is not talking about higher education, he is not talking about livelihood, he is not talking about job creation, he is not talking about healthcare, he is not talking about farmers, he is not talking about double cropping, he is not talking about an end to zooming in some of the areas. Now, why are people only recourting to big flagship programs of the central government? Why is this trend?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there is a kind of a cover-up, I must say. You can see there is a deep in employment ratio, 6.1% fall and the unemployment rate in 2017-18. 57,000 graduates and 3,700 PhDs applying for peon job in Uttar Pradesh. And if we look at Northeast, we can see the terrible scenario of entrepreneurship and job creation as well. There is a 3-fold increase of the employable graduates in Northeast who have migrated for petty jobs in Calcutta, Bangalore, Delhi, everywhere. Apart from that, the cropping pattern of the Northeast has not been improved. there is a dire agricultural crisis in states like Assam and Manipur. So much so that rice has to be imported in Assam and in Manipur.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming back to you, Prasenjit.
I have to building up. Is it the same discourse of shining India?
I have to go for a short break. I'll come back to my panelists in the studio. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I am also joined by Assam Congress leader Kirip Chalia. Let me start with you, Kirip Chalia. You have been hearing the discussions in the last couple of minutes. Why are we not talking substantive issues? Why are the politicians engaged in rhetoric? Your party, veteran leader Tarun Gogoi had also joined few young politicians in talking about blood. More Lasitor tez ase, more Homiar tez ase. How is it important? The color of blood is red. Everybody has blood which is red in color. Why are we not talking about key issues? That is what is shocking in these elections.
Well, the point is, as you all have given the status of a celebration to the elections, the media also joined in the chorus saying that it's a celebration
Is it
of
not
democracy.
A celebration of democracy?
It is. That's what I'm saying. When it is a celebration, then some kinds of lighter and the lighter issues and some kind of at times entertaining topics do come up. But I don't think the election has been only on that. Maybe certain parts have been highlighted by the media. I have heard many of the speeches in some of the meetings. And I find that most of the speakers
But please be honest, because you are first of all a citizen, and then you are a political leader, and then you are a party man. But first of all, you are a citizen of this country. You are a citizen of Assam. Mr. Kirip Chalia, you are a veteran political leader. Your voice is heard. What is the reality? Why are people not talking about, I was asking you this question before you came, don't you have any important issue rather than talking about, why is your party leader all the time referring to Narendra Modi as Chaukidar Chor hai? Why should he all the time say that?
See, that is because...
I also don't agree. I don't agree to the BJP referring to Rahul Gandhi as Rahul Baba. That also I don't agree. But I also don't approve of your leader talking about, Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, as Chor.
May I?
Yes, please.
If the Prime Minister describes himself and takes great pride and repeatedly calls himself a Chaukidar, then certain corruption charges come. Then the other aspect, which I don't personally like, but intellectualism is not a part of today's politics. After all, everybody abuses the other person. The way Rahul Gandhi, the president of a Congress party.
Yes, Nisikant, go ahead.
If you excuse me, if I can complete.
Yeah, please complete.
If you call the president of the Congress party, what was that adverb or what was the description?
Rahul Baba.
Baba.
Can I come in?
Come in, Nishikant. Come in.
Wasbir, can I come in?
Yes, go ahead.
राहुल बाबा तो बहुत प्यार से बोला है. अब आप प्रधानमंत्री को चौकीदार चोर है कहते हो, वो प्रधानमंत्री को कहते हो, और आप ये वशबी साहब, राहुल साहब और ये जो इनकी माता जी हैं, आप भूलिएगा मत, ये बेल पे हैं. 5,000 करोड़ करप्शन के केस के बेल पे हैं.
I have full respect for what the description that you made to my Mataji or to my Bhatraji. But the point is, I think.
No,
Can I?
Go ahead.
If you have the patience to let me complete my sentence,
yes,
may I?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I am all yours now.
I would say if somebody calls himself a Chaukidar, that is a descriptive kind of connotation given to himself. Then if somebody else finds that there are corruption charges, then naturally the antonym chore applies. that's not an insult that way. What is happening is certain criticisms are being made on the Prime Minister because of the Rafale deal and all that. I said I personally may not endorse it, but in election time, all kinds of rhetoric takes place.
Yes, Pramod.
ये मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि विपक्ष हताशाग्रस्त होकर करके और अपनी सुनिश्चित हार को सामने देख कर करके विपक्ष बौखला करके इस तरह के आरोप लगा रहा है। अब आप चौकीदार को चोर बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन आज जो आईटी की जो रेड हो रही है, इलेक्शन कमीशन जो रेड कर रहा है, तो सारे पैसे तो कांग्रेसियों के घर से मिल रहे हैं। आज 281 करोड़ जो बरामद हुए पैसे, वो इतना नगद धन कहां से आया है? तो चौकीदार कौन, चोर कौन है? तो सारे लोग देख रहे हैं। चौकीदार कौन है? ये सारे लोग देख रहे हैं। और ये जो लोग जेल और बेल में हैं, आज वो एक ऐसे व्यक्ति के ऊपर आरोप लगा रहे हैं जिनका 15 साल का सुशासन गुजरात में लोगों ने देखा और 5 साल का जिनका सुशासन भारत की जनता ने देखा है। और नरेंद्र मोदी जी के परिवार वालों का अगर आप जीवन यापन देखें तो उनका सादा जीवन उनकी ईमानदारी की गवाही देता है। लेकिन एक परिवार के जो लोग हैं, रॉबर्ट वड्रा की जमीन की दलाली के किस्से आज मशहूर है।
नहीं, प्रमोद जी, उनका परिवार है कहीं? उनका परिवार है? नरेंद्र मोदी जी का परिवार है कहाँ? कहाँ से क्या बातें करते हैं? आई डोंट वांट टू कमेंट। आई डोंट वांट टू कमेंट ऑन दैट। मैं उस पर जाना नहीं चाहता हूँ। मैं इतना ही कर रहा हूँ।
गांधी परिवार के पास इतना पैसा आया कहां? उनको एक कौन सा व्यापार करते हैं? जरा आप जनता को बताएंगे।
I will come to that.
करोड़ों की संपत्ति कहां से इकट्ठी की है?
Let me go to Agartala.
इतना पैसा कहां से?
ये चौकीदार सारे चोरों की नींद हराम करेगा और भारत की जनता से लूटा हुआ पैसा वसूल करेगा।
Pramod Swami, एक मिनट. Indranil Bhowmik, what is the discourse? We are talking about the discourse. What is the discourse in Tripura? Now the question is, BJP, we all know, has routed the CPM left front, of which was ruling Tripura for 25 years. Now my question is it a fight between the BJP and the left, or is it a battle between the BJP and the revamped Congress in Tripura? And what is the discourse? Are people talking about frivolous issues, or are people talking about real issues affecting the people in Tripura? Indranil.
Yeah, the situation in Tripura is very interesting. Probably this is for the first time that we see that the ruling powers are fighting it out between themselves. And IPFT, which is an ally of BJP in the state government, has also put up their candidate. And with CPIM and Congress, this has emerged as a four-cornered fight, particularly in the Tripura East constituency, which is obviously reserved for the scheduled tribe
so there are
category and has a substantial number of scheduled tribe voters.
Indranil, you are saying that there are two candidates from the NDA?
Yeah.
Are there two candidates from the NDA?
Yeah, basically the IPFT is an ally, but there are two candidates from NDA, obviously, but more importantly, the fight is four-cornered as it appears right now, particularly in the East Tripura seat.
I'm coming to you, Nabarun and Akhil Ranjan Datta and Prasenjit. But my core question is, when there is a four-cornered contest, does anybody have the time to talk about?
Can I just add in for a minute?
Sorry? Indranil.
Can I just add in for a minute here regarding Tripura?
My question is, are people talking about real issues affecting the common man?
Yeah, there are issues coming up obviously in Tripura. One of the major issues which went against the left front was the huge unemployment. That problem persists. But obviously, with 1 year of the government has just passed, I think the issue of anti-incumbency is yet to catch up in a big manner.
Yeah.
So it is, unemployment persists, the issue continues. But
so 1 year is not enough to judge the government.
It appears that
1 year is not enough to judge the government.
are willing to give some more time to the present government for that.
Akhil Ranjan Datta,
issues which
just a minute,
very recently has come up in Tripura is Tripura land.
Okay, Akhil Ranjan Datta, I'm coming to you. But my question to you, Prasenjit, is this. Prasenjit, if you can hear me, there are issues. But today, these elections we have seen, there are battles within the alliances. We have seen that in Meghalaya. We have seen people deserting political parties in Arunachal Pradesh. we have seen that kind of a problem. Of course, Assam, the alliance have been very, there was talk of a secret alliance between the Congress and the AIUDF. All these things are going on alliance within an alliance. So what do you think in this whole thing, the critical issues affecting the Northeast are getting drowned?
Actually, alliances also reflect the critical issues in a certain way. Let's take the case of secret alliance, so-called secret alliance between AIUDF and Congress. That brings out the case of marginalization of ethnic and linguistic minorities who act as a social base for AIUDF and Congress. On the other side, AGP and BJPs Alliance, in which AGP has grievances on BJP, and BJP is not able to take AGP on board on the issue of Citizenship Amendment Bill, which is still very much alive because BJP manifesto has reasserted Citizenship Amendment Bill.
Yeah.
Now, Citizenship Amendment Bill remains as a major bone of contention for the alliance in Tripura as well as in Meghalaya and also in Nagaland.
Correct.
So, across the board you can see that a certain version of nationalism, a certain idea of national security is not acceptable to the local and regional allies of BJP across the country.
So now,
but this also has a political economic reality behind it, which is growing rate of unemployment in Northeast region.
Prasenjit, please hold your thoughts.
Migration of labor force from Northeast region.
Prasenjit, hold your thoughts. I'm coming to you. Number one, when we are talking about regional alliances, when we are talking about the Citizenship Amendment Bill, the issue is, this is a very critical, let's talk a little bit about Assam. This is a very critical issue for the AGP. You know, AGP went off for the alliance very dramatically, and very dramatically they came back into the alliance. Pramod Swami will have to answer that. I'll ask this question to Kirip Chalia also. My question to Nabarun is this: how are you looking at it? You know, this is the last battle for the AGP survival, because AGP has got three very, very critical seats. One is against Badruddin Ajmal in Dhubri. One is again a difficult seat, that is Barpeta, and another was Koliabor, which is a traditional stronghold of the Congress party, which has been a stronghold of the Gogoi family. Now, how are you looking at this fight? Do you think AGP will be able to hold on to its regionalism particularly? Do you think the people have lost its fate with the AGP to a great extent because you took up this issue of CAB, you went out, then you again came back. So you are not sure about what you are doing.
See, Wasbir, without doubt, these are extremely difficult times for the AGP. If they were not, they would have never come back to the BJP fold. Let us get that clear. The AGP was well aware when they were getting back to the BJP that the BJP still has in its agenda the Citizenship Bill, which has been the primary bone of contention for which the AGP left the alliance. But despite that, the AGP decided to come back to the BJP, which speaks volumes of where it stands today. Having said that, it was forced to take the seats that has been given to it by the BJP, extremely tough seats, Koliabor, Dhubri, Borpeta. Dhubri and Borpeta, we know minority votes play a substantial role, and the AGP being the BJP's ally, well, that may go against it. Without doubt, AGP was in a way forced to compromise with its regional stand because it was unsure of its footing at this moment.
Pramod Swami, भाजपा के नेता होने के नाते आप तो आज बहुत ही चिंतित व्यक्ति होंगे, क्योंकि आपका चिंता ये है कि आप तो आपका अलायंस में ले आए एजीपी को वापस, लेकिन एजीपी को आपने 2 सीट दे दिया जो बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट सीट था, तो आप अभी वोट ट्रांसफर होंगे, क्या उसका प्लैंक होंगे, एजीपी का ऊपर लोग कंफ्यूज है, तो आपका क्या मानना है? तो इज इट अ गैम्बल ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ द बीजेपी? क्या आपका ओन कैंडिडेट, अपना कैंडिडेट अगर देते, क्या चुनाव आपका लिए अच्छा होता?
देखिए, हमारी जो पार्टी है वो असम के कल्चर हेरिटेज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल सेफगार्ड जो इंडिजिनस पीपुल्स के लिए है, उसके लिए हम कमिटेड है, और ये एक राजनीति का मुद्दा नहीं है।
इसलिए आपने 2 सीट एजीपी को दे दिया।
मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको, आपने 3 सीट, आपने 2-3 मुद्दे उठाए। एक तो उठाया कि हमारी प्रतिबद्धता आसाम के प्रति क्या है, तो उसके बारे में मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि कांग्रेस की पार्टी
प्लीज आंसर टू द पॉइंट मेरा प्रश्न कांग्रेस का ऊपर नहीं था अब टाइम शॉर्ट है
मैं प्रश्न पे ही आ रहा हूं आपके प्रश्न पे आ रहा हूं कि आज 60 बरस में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने भारत रत्न गोपीनाथ बोरदोले और डॉक्टर भूपेन हजारिका साहब को नहीं दिया और आज हरीश रावत एक मिनट में मैं अपनी बात कंप्लीट हरीश रावत जी ने आज एक स्टेटमेंट दिया है कि हमारे पास इतनी लंबी लिस्ट थी कि आसाम के इन लीजेंड के नामों पे हम विचार नहीं कर पाए। अब दूसरी बात आपने जो कैब के बारे में पूछी, मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि हाँ आइडियोलॉजिकल हमारा स्टैंड अलग है, एजीपी का स्टैंड अलग है, लेकिन आसाम के बृहत्तर स्वार्थ में और इंडिजियस पीपुल के बृहत्तर स्वार्थ में हम लोग कंसल्टेशन करके इसमें कोई कॉन्सेंसस का हम लोग रास्ता निकालेंगे।
राइट राइट वी विल हैव टू वेट एंड वॉच। 23 तारीख को मई 23 को चुनाव का रिजल्ट निकलेगा। हम लोग वेट करेंगे।
हमारे लिए कोई चुनाव मुद्दा नहीं है, हम तो ये हमारा कमिटमेंट है। चुनाव का मुद्दा तो ये कांग्रेस के लिए है और कांग्रेस हमेशा नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोगों की भावना से खेलती है।
डॉक्टर अखिल रंजन दत्ता, is this, I'm coming to you the same question, Kirip Chalia. Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, do you think that this is a last ditch battle for the AGP, because the AGP got 3 seats, terribly difficult seats, I would say, because they are entrenched in, they have to fight the well-entrenched AIUDF in Dhubri. There is to fight the Congress AIUDF stronghold in Barpeta. What's going on? Do you think this is going to be the last survival battle for the AGP?
It's very interesting and it's very ironic on the part of BJP, on the part of AGP, that rather than trying to rebuild itself, AGP has tried to secure political score by depending on BJP, but which will be a death blow to the party. I think AGP should not have been so hurry about capturing power. If they should have had a political vision, they should have had a long vision. Look at the regional political parties, what TDP is doing, for that matter what BJD is doing, what Trinamool Congress is doing, and to an extent, so many other regional political parties have been doing. They have not been trying
I'll have an overall response from Kirip Chalia. I'll have an overall response from Kirip Chalia. But Nisikant Sapam, we're talking about regionalism. Now, your government in Manipur is surviving with the support of the regional parties. So, you will admit that regional parties have greater relevance in the Northeast than anywhere else. Nisikant.
No. The regional parties,
your party is at the mercy of the regional parties in Manipur. You are at the mercy of the NPP. You are at the mercy of the NPF. You are at the mercy of some small parties and independents. Come on, let us face the truth, Nisikant, please.
Well, they have joined us. They have joined us willingly. There is a great understanding between all the parties here, and because of the great leadership of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and the BJP is a force here to reckon with. And therefore, our alliance parties, the regional parties are with us because of our impact here in Manipur and and the able Prime Ministership of Mr. Narendra Modi ji. So we are all together here because we need each other. They need us also. It's a great alliance here.
Absolutely. Now,
and when I was talking about the CAB, it is for those. Wait, hold on. It is for those people who cannot talk about other things, other issues, because we are doing perfectly fine with the issues. We are giving great mudra loans, startup schemes for the ST and SC.
How many people have taken mudra loans in Manipur? Can you tell me?
We are doing
how many people? Do you have a count?
1 lakh.
How many people?
1,12,000. 1,12,000
in the whole of Manipur.
We have given medical this thing which is called Ayushman Bharat.
In the whole of Manipur.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm running short of time. I'm running short of time only because of that. I'm cutting you short, Nisikant. Kirip Chalia. We are talking about AGP, but let the AGP battle it out. But the question is, the allegation against your party, the Congress, is that you have first of all decided to leave Barpeta, Dhubri, and some other seats to the AIUDF. Later on, there was a revolt in your party, so therefore you put up some candidates. And there is an allegation against your party that you put up a weak candidate in Dhubri. So now, what kind of a fight you are predicting in these particular seats now?
See, I think before that I'll have to make my say on about 2-3 issues which you had raised.
Yeah.
See, it's totally wrong to say that regional issues and issues concerning the region has been neglected and has been relegated, and national issues has been given prominence or trivialities has been highlighted. That's not a fact, because the very alliances show the pressures of the regional issues.
Yeah.
The Northeast is exceptionally sensitive about their ethnic identity.
Right.
And CAB hits upon that. Whatever my friends may say, CAB is an issue which has directly attacked on the ethnic identity and security of the northeastern people. To just say that, I mean, why we are highlighting this, somebody is highlighting this, I don't believe. I believe that people have forced us to accept that issue. And just because Congress party has taken a good stand on it, we should not be condemned. Number one, IFPT. So far as IFPT's alliance with alliance breaking up, I'll just take 50 seconds. IFPT's alliance is a definite, deliberate strategy of BJP, because they know because of CAB they will be isolated, and they are banking upon only the Bengali Hindu majority voters. So they are going that way. Number three.
Okay, this is the last
Let
point.
me tell last point. Although everybody is very critical about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll just finish. I think AGP, the regional party, will survive in spite of all the criticisms, however well-founded or pro-BJP or leftist harshness may be, because politics apart, the state is being polarized into Hindus and Muslims, and AGP is the only party which can break this in the future.
Okay, I am not missing an AGP spokesman in this debate, because Kirip Chalia is there, is almost defending the AGP, vouching for the AGP. We'll have to wait and watch whether there is a shift in the coming days. But Prasenjit Biswas, very quickly, 10 seconds, your concluding remarks.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
The CAB has actually spoiled the democratic environment of Northeast. On the one hand, you talk about protecting and preserving ethnic and linguistic identity and the concerns, and on the other hand, you allow illegal immigrants to come in the name of sheltering the refugees only in Assam.
Right.
So this strategy itself is devious and fork-tongued, and this has created a havoc in the context of Northeast.
Dr. Akhil Ranjan Datta, your last words.
Knowing it well that political parties have not been addressing the substantive issues of the people, now it is a responsibility on the part of the civil society to build up or to consolidate itself and to come up with a vision which can address the substantive issues of the people. But it will not be enough to come up with a vision. The civil society has to be in a position to reach out the grassroots. I think this is one of the important challenges that people like us, the greater civil society, has to address
is
it.
that the civil society in the Northeast is extremely disjointed. Indranil, what are your parting words? Indranil.
Well, Tripura is witnessing a unique election in 2019, but I am optimistic that ultimately we would prefer to have development as the priority.
Development as the priority. Nishikant, can you talk as a journalist? Once a journalist is always a journalist, irrespective of whether you have joined the BJP or not. But you are first a journalist. What is your thoughts about Manipur?
You see, Manipur, the government in the center and the government in Manipur has done reasonably good work in Manipur, and it is because of that the opposition parties have no other issue and to just harp on CAB, which is also a great, is also doing bad thing here. They are misleading the people of Manipur. The CAB is actually going to be in favor of Manipur. Okay?
Absolutely.
And therefore, but the masses understand, the masses are with us, and therefore we are going to get this ticket.
Okay, Pramod Chaubey ji, आपका concluding remark क्या है?
1985 में आसाम एकॉर्ड हुआ, लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी ने 30 साल तक आसाम एकॉर्ड के 3D डिटेक्ट, डिलीट एंड डिपोर्ट, फर्स्ट डी डिटेक्ट कोई काम जब वो पूरा नहीं कर पाए, तो आज किस मुंह से आसाम की समस्याओं का समाधान करने की बात करते हैं? ये बात मेरी समझ से परे है.
ओके, कृप चलिए.
2014,
10 seconds.
2014, everybody admitted there is a wave and BJP is coming to power. 2019, everybody is doubtful whether it is coming to power or not. We'll see on 23rd.
At the end of the day, the voters are king. Nishikant, you agree on that? The voters are king. We'll all wait for the 23rd of May to have the results. And I thank all my panelists for this very, very engaging discussion. Of this, I end this edition of Northeast Tonight. Good night and goodbye.